Hello everybody and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I am your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog. And today, guys, we're looking at Kevin Kiermaier and why there might be a bit of a sneaky reason the Blue Jays went out and signed this guy. Before we get into all of it, though, please make sure to like, subscribe, leave your comments down below. Let's get straight into this thing. Kevin Kiermaier, not the bat that we all wanted, not the bat that we all expected. We were thinking Brandon Nimmo, Andrew Benintendi, and when you look at Kevin Kiermaier's stats, it's a little underwhelming.
According to the bat, yeah, it's very underwhelming, but like just to get the obvious reason, the big defense, let's get that one out of the way. That's an obvious reason why they brought him in, but I think there is a sneaky reason on why they brought in the bat.
Exactly, yeah. Like, we all knew the defense, and again, I can't tell you that Kevin Kiermaier's, X amount of home runs, which is definitely going to be lower than Brandon Nimmo's, is the same or better than Brandon Nimmo's, you know what I mean? It's like, the stats on the field are definitely worse. But we think that there could be an argument and there could be a reason why the Blue Jays think that this guy might do better coming over to Toronto this next year. When we look at his numbers, guys, they're definitely subpar.
Yeah, they're not good.
649 OPS, like 228 batting average.
It's not good.
That's got a little room for improvement there.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically a Tapia, but worse with the batting average. And just looking at OPS, he's an 89 OPS plus, so you're really not improving much with the bat, right? So, but there is some sort of weight, I guess you'd want to say, to some other advanced statistics that Kevin Kiermaier has, and with the whole new rule change in Major League Baseball coming up this year, banning the shift, you might see a lot of players start doing well, and we think that Kevin Kiermaier could be that guy.
He absolutely could be one of those guys, everybody. WOBA, weighted on base percentage. This is a statistic that I always shy away from because it's confusing as hell and it involves a lot of math. But I'll tell you right now, it is super duper important. It is an awesome sabermetric to kind of tell you how a player is contributing to your ball team because they're not all created equally. When we look at Kevin Kiermaier's WOBA with the shift and without the shift last year, there is a very clear difference in what he's doing.
There's a major jump.
That is they're literally two separate players there, And to put this in perspective, a 320 WOBA is around like a pretty good mark, You're doing well if you've got a 320. So on the left with no shift, you have a close to pretty good player. On the right, we're looking at Jackie Bradley Jr., all that levels of stuff. And that, I think, is a lot of where you got that 228 batting average that he had.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, the shifts have gotten so dramatic throughout the seasons. I mean, you see players like Joey Gallo, like the numbers slowly dropping off. Honestly, a lot of left-handers have been affected by the shift. They really pull all the defenders onto the right side of the field. So, and we think Kevin Kiermaier is a product of that. I mean, look, when he first came to the league, you look at 2017, that was a good year for him. 276, right? 788 OPS. Like, I remember thinking about Kevin Kiermaier, like, okay, I am glad to have this bat in the lineup. And if you look at the shift with this WOBA with no shift, a 357. Like, that's incredible. So I think that with the no shift, you might see that number rise just even a bit more, just getting used to the fact that there's no three defenders over there.
Exactly, and I'm not going to tell you, like, this is automatically going to make him and turn him back into his 2017 self, but it's definitely something to be noted that it's like, hey, this whole thing that they were doing to you where it made you suck, they can no longer do that, right? So that's one thing. That's definitely a reason right there why Kevin Kiermaier might outperform what he's done in the last few seasons. The second reason is this guy hasn't been healthy for basically 2 years now.
Yeah.
And he is finally healthy.
Yeah. In 2021, he had that whole hip thing, and he was just not the same. And then in 2022, he called it quits. He got surgery, and his season ended early. But he did it for a reason. He wanted to rehab. He wanted to come back strong, get a 1-year deal, and he's got it. And we looked at videos. We've heard of interviews of Kevin Kiermaier talking to the media, and he says he's completely healthy. We've seen video of him running full sprint, and it looks good, guys. So that, in combination with everything, the shift ban, I think you're not gonna get a Michael Conforto,
right?
But you're gonna get a bat that you'll be okay with when he gives you that 99th to 100th percentile defense in center field.
And also, too, let's take a look. Let's take a gander down the Blue Jays path right now. What are we exceptional at? It seems that we are exceptional, and this is a credit to the management, at going out and finding guys who want to get paid big bucks, signing them to one-year deals, and then having them outperform those one-year deals and then go get paid elsewhere. I would not be surprised if Kevin Kiermaier, with the no shift, with the fact that he's fully healthy, with the exceptional defense, and the fact he's on a one-year deal with that additional motivation to get paid.
And I'll even add this, with the fact he's in the Toronto Blue Jays lineup for the first time in his career.
Literally, all of those things compiling and compounding together, I would not be surprised to see an actually, pretty decent offensive season from Kevin Kiermaier.
Decent for him.
Now that he is going to be the everyday center fielder.
Absolutely. Are you expecting anything more? Give me a stat now. We talked about WOBA, right? What is a decent year for you in terms of OPS? 750? What is it?
I mean, 750, I'd be over the moon. I'd be actually over the moon if it was 750.
Yeah.
But instead of giving you a decent number, I'll give you a decent player. We talked about this on a live stream the other day, and this put it in perspective, everybody. Kevin Pillar. If you can be Kevin Pillar when he was on the Blue Jays, exactly, because
Kevin Pillar.
when he left the Blue Jays, that was somebody else. We don't want that.
See, even when he left the Blue Jays, he was still okay, but then I don't know what happened.
Not anymore.
I don't know what happened.
But if you can be Kevin Pillar from, that 2016, 2017 era, right? Which I think Kevin Kiermaier has all the tools in the toolbox to do that.
Yeah.
It's that's good enough for me. And I think with these additional things, probably stuff that the Blue Jays management saw, there's room for even more.
I absolutely agree. I agree. I think he's going to hit around a 750. I'm on the board. I'm on the board.
That's pretty solid, dude.
Yeah, he got 248, but he's going to get some pop.
But if he had a 7, exactly, he's going to have a little bit of pop, and he has a 750 OPS, left-handed hitter. That's actually really good for a ball team. I think that you're locked into the 5 or 6 spot if you have that.
Do you remember Corey Dickerson?
Yeah,
that's exactly what he was. That's except without the defense. Without the defense.
I'll take a Corey Dickerson, but
with
with elite defense.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down for it. Guys, let us know in the comments down below. Do you think that there's any weight to the stuff that we're talking about right now? Do you think that there was kind of this sneaky reason the Blue Jays saw this and wanted to pounce on it? And is Kevin Kiermaier going to have an awesome year in Toronto this upcoming season?
Guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, $3 a month to become a Patreon member. Shout out, thank you to all of our current Patreon members. You guys are absolutely awesome.
Thank you so much for watching.
And go Jays, go!